In recent years, the debate of which is better than the other between Premier League and La Liga fans and some pundits is alarming. However, this video is based on why La Liga clubs like Barcelona and Real Madrid are currently suffering financially compared to Premier League clubs who even spend more than the latter. A really high base salary carries greater risk than a really high transfer fee. A wage bill will mess up a club long before its transfer expenditure will. So I think this is a very clear explanation to anyone who still don't understand Barcelona's financial situation. Considering Barcelona have both had exorbitant transfer and wage fees, hence €1 billion debt caused by some lunatic in Catalonia. The flaw in the idea of a Premier League salary cap or tighter financial control is that there is no real interest in regulation from those in charge. The free-for-all, spend what you like nature of the Premier League seems to be its biggest selling point. Regulations affects marketability. I can understand the criticisms of La Liga president Javier Tebas, but it is difficult to deny how impressive his control of La Liga finances has been. For me, that model should be a European standard. We are only talking about Barcelona being in trouble because La Liga is not allowing their reckless spending to go unchecked. If the Premier League kept tighter control over their club's finances, I wonder how many would be in a similar position. It would be easy for Tebas to bring in FFP rules that are so lenient. They may as well not exist as the Premier League has and allow Barcelona and Real Madrid to totally dominate and bring all that global focus back to Spain. But he went the other way. The lack of investment is interesting. PL obviously has tons of oligarchs or Americans investing. American money is going in Syria and now too. For some reason none of it is coming to Spain. US investors are buying Parma but won't buy Valencia, for example. And I mean, considering how Valencia has been run over the last 2 decades, who could blame anyone for not investing in them? But they've been run that way specifically because of their owners. Competent investors could come in and build that thing like they are doing in other leagues. I wonder if it is more of a cultural things, with Socios model and undisputed dominance of the big two. Owners and league environment, specifically pre-FFP. And the tax situation doesn't help, which goes beyond the league. And sure, someone could do the extra work to make Valencia competitive. But why when they could buy an English club instead? Their goal is profit. Especially true as media has become more global. And English being the most known language fancies that. I feel like a lot of younger fans have missed some larger realities due to the success of Barcelona and Madrid in the last decade. Other leagues, notably La Liga, should be worrying about the absurd money Premier League clubs are spending on amassing talent. So many talented players from other leagues are going to the Premier League. Other leagues need to understand how they can improve from a marketability standpoint. Years and years of great marketability, putting out an entertaining product, a universally popular fantasy football league, and spreading TV rights in a more equitable way have made it so that the health of the league is in a great place. All this work is blossoming right now. One reason Barcelona have more problems with debt than others is that so much is short-term, that is, it needs to be repaid within the next 12 months, €731 million for Barcelona, including €268 million bank loans, while next highest are Atletico Madrid and Tottenham with only €432 million and €404 million respectively. One consequence of the high debt is a steep increase in the amount of interest Barcelona has to pay. This is up from less than €1 million in 2018 to €26 million in 2020, the highest in Europe, ahead of Manchester United's €23 million. This payment is budgeted to further rise to €34 million in 2021. People forget that Premier League's biggest advantage is English, not just the marketing or the football, that comes later. It's really tough to fight against that. That will take decades to cut away at, and there will always be a gap. The idea that better broadcasting and marketing will suddenly make fans in Africa or Asia get more jazzed about watching the Basque Derby, or any non-elite club, is a bit naive. In the modern era, Premier League has been clearly superior to La Liga. Real Madrid and Barcelona sharing 6 Champions League in the past decade didn't help, the presence of Messi and Ronaldo didn't help, the best 2 teams of the past decade didn't help, Spanish clubs ruling Europe didn't help. I often tell my friends that the biggest advantage the English league has is the very fact that it's English in the first place. It's now that Barcelona and Real Madrid are beginning to hurt from the clear inferiority of La Liga that the majority is getting concerned. The Premier League is considered English, even if the top talent isn't in that league. Made marketing in the US a snap. They also got on NBC, a network, which was huge. Big match every week on free TV. Spain has a rash of complexities that hamstring it. Rashford for E.G. has an elite PR. Had to do a live video with Obama just for the offers. That's next level competence. Language is the first. Foreign stuff just doesn't do well in the U.S, unless it's British. Once a colony, reach. La Liga aligned with Bein Sport, which then took on Comcast and got punted. The ESPN deal will help them a lot. They will get big matches on ABC. The fact that the entire league was so terrified of Messi leaving last season just highlights how dependent Spanish football is on having Messi around to sell its TV package. Now, Messi, Ronaldo, and to some extent Neymar were brands on their own. With more followers than at least 50% of clubs not part of European elite. That's mad to ignore. On the other side, Tebas is a massive fool. The 2010s were a dream for him from a marketing perspective. The 2 greatest players of our generation playing for the 2 biggest clubs in the world, and he didn't capitalize. Pure incompetence. I think La Liga is still too dependent on the big 2, Atletico are getting there of course but not as much in the global POV, and the rest are largely irrelevant outside of Spain, especially to those who don't follow the league closely. That's the big issue. Kinda heavily linked with a move away from La Liga is the reality La Liga faces. Everyone is inferior to Premier League in marketing and financial power and it's showing. The issue is, it's not Spurs knocking, it's Chelsea, the Champions League winners with a world-class coach and exciting project. This isn't a new reality either. It's always been the case in the modern era. Sevilla losing stars to Premier League clubs. Real Madrid losing stars, however, shows how everyone is being affected. The exodus will continue. La Liga is in big trouble. It's not as simple as the Premier League is rich and La Liga is poor. Of Europe's 5 major leagues, only La Liga's clubs posted an overall profit in 2019/20, the first season impacted by coronavirus and the most recently audited. There is money there. But, clubs are being prudent. English league lost €1.17 billion and Italian lost €754 million in the same period. The financing of English clubs have a lot to do with the spending. Also the financial fair play in Spain is very restrictive due to what happened in the past. People also don't count for overinflation. All Premier League clubs are rich but the pull factors are different. Manchester City, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Manchester United can sign world-class talents, meanwhile the mid-table bottom sides can only sign foreign money grabbers who don't even try. That is not exactly equal. Newcastle might be able to splurge €40 million on 10 goals in 86 games Joe Linton, but nothing will convince me that the fee is anything close to being a proxy for quality here, or that he would be any better in a low-level La Liga side. No one can convince me that Soldado, Negredo, Aspas or Chimey aren't miles ahead of strikers like Joe Linton. Yet he cost €40 million and I doubt all those players combined cost more than €10 million. This is the Premier League wage bills for 2019 to 2020 season. If you subtract the wages from spending limits, the remaining is the maximum they can spend on transfers. You will see immediately that some teams have exceeded their limits with wages alone, before even considering transfers. Also, an argument can be made that if La Liga's stringent salary cap rules are introduced in the Premier League, they will face the same issues Barcelona and Real Madrid are facing right now. As simple as that. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.